Hey, how you doing there again, folks? Me again, of course. Brandon Wenzel. Come back at you. Another offering. Off my sampler platter. Yes, indeed, folks. Sampler review series videos I've been doing for a little while now. Go over there, try out food and drink items. I eat stuff, I drink stuff, then, folks, I'm going to talk about the stuff. I'm going to let you know all that you need to know about hopefully delicious stuff that time I'm doing this, folks. I'm not going to lie. It's pretty dang hot out today. Not as bad as it's been in previous weeks, but still pretty damn spicy. Hopefully this will help. But we'll get to that. Folks, it's super simple format. I'm going to go over there and try out food and or drink items for you. Whilst I'm doing so, I'm going to yammer on about it for a bit. Whilst I'm doing all that, I'm inside my truck. Whilst I'm doing all that, folks, I'm wearing a super cool shirt. Folks, when I go over there and I wear a super cool shirt, I always like to highlight the super cool shirt. What super cool shirt am I wearing for today? Happens to be my Born of Osiris shirt. Yeah, Born of Osiris shirt. I've had this one for a couple of years now. If you're unfamiliar with the band Born of Osiris, they are like a progressive kind of technical metal band that actually hail from Illinois, which I didn't know up until I saw them live a couple of years ago. It's one of those things where, like, you know, I'd known the name for quite a while, hadn't really gotten into their stuff, but they ended up touring with another band that I like, and so I was like, fuck it, man, you know, go out and we'll see it, and they were fantastic, man. Like, they blew me away. The show was fantastic. The crowd was just absolutely eating it up. It was a really great experience. So much so, I actually got some videos of their performance. Those videos are on my channel, in case maybe you want to check them out. Nothing else, be more than happy to point you in the right direction as far as their music goes, because I think they're absolutely fucking phenomenal. But anyway, what am I trying for today, folks? What are we doing here? Oh, why am I hoping this will help with the heat? Well, because like I said, it's not crazy hot out, you know, but it's still a little bit spicy. So I was thinking, what could I get that would be nice and refreshing to drink on this hot summer day? And I decided to hop on out to Boom Taco Bell to go over there and get one of their new Agua Refresca drinks. This one specifically is their mango peach or peach mango. I forget which one. Originally, when I asked the girl at the register, she just referred to it as mango. And then I looked up the thing online. It was like, oh no, it's peach mango. I was like, okay. So let's get a thing for the thing here, folks. It looks like this. We'll kind of go, ha 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 ha. And I have tried one of these already. I did their dragon fruit one. And if you're unfamiliar with like the whole like Agua Refresca thing, they're like these drinks that tend to be in like Mexican restaurants and stuff. You know, if you ever go in, you see like they have like the clear cases. It's like always sort of circulating. It's like nicely colored stuff. That's what that is. Let's give this a go. Ooh. It's interesting how they blended that. Ooh. A little bit of an aftertaste. Okay. So, the interesting thing, well, one of the interesting things for me is that peach mango has become like this, like, weirdly relevant, like, flavor pairing recently. Like, it's certainly not saying that it's, you know, only been recently invented or anything, but I've been seeing a lot of stuff come out with it in just a relatively short period of time. What was it? I think Body Armor, they came out with like a peach mango drink. There was something else too, but this is about the third thing I've run into in like less than 2 weeks. So apparently peach mango is the flavor pairing of the day. As for the flavor itself, it's interesting because peach and mango fill very similar roles in my opinion. Like mango has a little bit more of a tropically vibe, but like peach is a nice sweet vibe. They both have sort of earthy elements to them. So when you stack one on top of it, you know, it risks being a bit too samey. But every time I've tried this combination now, each company has found, you know, a little bit different way to, you know, sort of jazz it up and, you know, keep it from just being too samey. So I would say this one more peach than mango. Like, it definitely has that sweet peachy vibe more than it has that sort of tropical mango-y kind of vibe. I would say probably 70-30 in peaches flavor, in my opinion. I think that the mango is more of like a backup. You know, it's not really getting like a lot of strong mango elements, but it's throughout the entire experience just backing up that peach flavor. Because if it were just the peach, you know, it would just be, you know, just sweet. You know, nothing, you know, again, you know, some earthiness to it. But with the mango, it's giving it a little extra vibe. It's kind of giving it a little extra push so it has some more dimension to it. And I like that. Maybe 60-40. It's definitely not 50-50. Because it's definitely, I'm getting more peach than I am mango, but the more I'm drinking it, the more I'm getting that's a really interesting blend. I really like the way that they executed that. Like, could have just been, you know, again, just too much of, you know, the same kind of vibe. But instead, it manages to blend the flavors well, and it manages to highlight them in certain ways. You know, the peach gets highlighted a little bit more because you have to have, you know, something has to lead the way. And I think focusing on the sweetness of the peach was a really nice choice because it, again, it's one of the things that separates the two flavors, so it gives it a little bit more of a direct identity. That's really good. And I also appreciate, I like peach and I like mango, but they're definitely a flavor type where if you go too far with it, especially with like artificial flavors, and I don't know if this is artificial or not, I'm not saying that, but especially in artificial circumstances, they tend to be, in my opinion, like you can really go too far with it, and like the earthy notes just take over, and I'm not a big fan of that. But that's not what happens here. They definitely focused on that nice sweetness of the peach and the somewhat more tropically kind of backup vibe of the mango. It's really good. I like it. Okay, well, 2 questions have to be asked. Would I get it again? Would I recommend it? I'm going to go with yes and yes. I think for me, between this and the dragon fruit, both were good. I might give it to this one over the dragon fruit. I enjoyed the I enjoyed the dragon fruit for what it was. There's one more to go too, so I'll try to get to that. And then I don't know, because I saw one at one location that was on the menu where it said there was a pineapple one. But then anytime I've gone to the ones around me, I haven't seen pineapple available. So I don't know. Maybe it's just certain locations or something. But I do like this one. I think that it took 2 flavors that like I like, managed to fuse them into a way that I really like. It kept the things that I like about them, but also gave it its own identity. And so I'm perfectly down with that. I think it's really good. And if I'm recommending it, yeah, you know, these Agua Refresca things, I mean, yeah, they're not going to be as good as like the real deal from a proper Mexican restaurant. But credit where it's due to Taco Bell. Like, I do feel like they've actually put in a good amount of thought into these and coming up with nice flavor pairings. And at least from the 2 that I've had so far, I wouldn't mind it if they just kept these on the menu. I think these would be really nice to just have as, you know, just a thing available. So, 5 things for you today. Have yourself a great rest of your day, spectacular rest of your week, monumental rest of your month, stupendous rest of your year. Folks, go over there, have yourselves a truly peach mango-tastic rest of your life. My brain froze for a second. I'm tired, folks. I've had a hell of a week. I had a whole thing with a friend, and then yeah, that was the whole thing. And then after that, like, I went to a concert. It was all kinds of stuff. It's been an emotional week for me. Final 2 things. Number 1, try to bring some positivity into the world. It's not always possible. It is, however, always appreciated. But what you do can't do it all the time. I know I can't do it all the time. Here's what you're going to do, folks. You're going to try not to be an asshole. Now, folks, it's not always the easiest thing in the world to not be an asshole. Trust me. I know it. I live it. I'm out there every day with you in it. Life can be stressful and frustrating and just bullshit sometimes, folks. When we find ourselves in situations where we have to deal with said bullshit, it's important we go over there whenever possible. Take a step back, try to mitigate the level of assholishness in our lives, hopefully do better for ourselves and for those around us. Very final thing, folks, do the thing. Whatever the thing is for you, that's what I want you to go out and do. Folks, you know what? Here's a question for you. Do you have the pineapple Agua Refresca at any Taco Bell near you? Because the only place where I saw it available was when I was out at the train station in Chicago. They had the kiosk thing to order, because fuck knows you can't be fucked to just order from people anymore. And so I went over there and I was doing the thing, and I'm like, doop-a-doop-a-doo, and it had a thing. I didn't get it at the time because I was kind of low on funds, so I just really wanted to get a couple things. But let me know if you've run into it, or maybe I'm just a crazy person. I don't know. I'm probably crazy.